Want to earn $3,000 a month without spending a dime? In this video, we're revealing 4 businesses that can generate real income while you sleep. Strategies even Warren Buffett would approve. Whether you're looking for financial freedom, side hustle ideas, or smart ways to make money online, these opportunities are simple, proven, and ready for you to start today. Don't miss out. Your path to passive income starts here. But before we continue, do you realize you're living in the golden age of making money? And most people don't even know it? While you're watching this video, there are people out there building empires from scratch. No capital, no connections, nothing but a clear strategy. Here's the truth nobody tells you. 95% of people confuse being broke with having no opportunities, and that confusion keeps them poor forever. But you're not going to be part of that statistic. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly how to set up 4 different businesses without investing a single dollar. These aren't cheap tricks or shady schemes. They're the same principles that have created more millionaires in history than any other strategy. Ray Kroc was 52 years old, selling milkshake machines, when he discovered the secret that made him the founder of the McDonald's empire. He had no money, no restaurant experience, but he had something far more valuable: the right mindset. And guess what? That same principle he used is one you can apply today, from your home, with nothing more than your phone. Now here's the most shocking part. There's one specific skill worth literally $1 million, a single skill. Those who master it never worry about money again. Those who ignore it spend 40 years working, only to end up depending on others. I'm going to teach you what it is and how to develop it in minutes, not years. But before I reveal all this, I need you to do something for me. If you truly want to change your financial situation, if you're tired of watching others succeed while you stay stuck in the same place, hit the like button right now. That simple gesture tells me you're committed to your change. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them on WhatsApp. Trust me, you'll be doing them the biggest favor of their life. Listen, I won't lie to you. What you're going to learn here isn't easy for everyone. It requires changing the way you think about money, about business, about yourself. But if you're willing to do that, if you truly want to escape that broke mindset that's been holding you back, then stay with me until the very end, because what I'm going to reveal in the last minutes of this video is the most powerful strategy of all, the one Warren Buffett himself considers his secret weapon. And I promise you, no other channel will explain it to you the way I will. Are you ready to change your life in 30 minutes? Are you ready to stop thinking like a broke person and start thinking like a millionaire? Then let's dive right into the first point, because every second we waste is money slipping right through your hands. Listen carefully, because this is going to change everything you thought you knew about making money. The real formula that works when you don't have capital is not what you imagine. It's not about chasing investors, taking loans, or waiting until you have savings. It's something much simpler and far more powerful. Warren Buffett discovered it when he was 11 years old. He bought his first stock for $38. But here's the trick. That money wasn't his. He had earned it selling chewing gum, magazines, and newspapers door to door. Do you see? He didn't wait to have money to make money. He used something we all have: time and energy. Now, here's the biggest mistake most people make in their lives. They confuse lack of money with lack of strategy. They say, "Oh, I don't have capital to start a business." Wrong. What they don't have is clarity. Has it ever happened to you that you had a brilliant idea, but you discarded it because you didn't have money? Drop a comment below if that's happened to you, because it's way more common than you think. Look, the most profitable businesses in the world started exactly like that, without capital. Facebook started in a college dorm room. Amazon started in a garage. Microsoft started with 2 young guys coding in their spare time. The difference between them and the average person is that they understood something fundamental. Money is just a tool, not a requirement. Here's the first step, the one 99% of people skip, and that's why they stay broke forever. They're out there looking for the perfect idea, the perfect plan, the perfect moment. Meanwhile, the ones who get rich do something completely different. They identify a problem and solve it. That's it. That's simple. Do you know what Warren Buffett's very first business was? He sold juicy fruit gum door to door, making 2 cents profit per pack. Then he sold cold Coca-Cola at baseball games. Later, magazines and newspapers. Do you see the pattern? He didn't have his own products, no factory, no office. He simply figured out what people needed and got it for them. But here's the most powerful part. Buffett didn't see these as little temporary jobs. He saw them as training for his entrepreneurial mind. Every sale taught him something about human psychology, about marketing, about numbers. And this is exactly what you can do right now, no matter your age, education, or current situation. The first real step is to change your mindset about what a business actually is. A business isn't a fancy building with employees and offices. A business is simply solving other people's problems in exchange for money. Do you know how to cook something delicious? That's a business. Do you know how to fix phones? That's another business. Are you good at organizing things? Boom, another business. But here's the key. Don't think small, because what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. I'm going to show you exactly which 4 businesses you can start today without investing a single cent, and that have the potential to make you more money than you ever dreamed of. And no, I'm not talking about selling random products online or shady schemes. I'm talking about proven business models that have created more millionaires than any other strategy in history. Are you ready to discover these 4 millionaire businesses? Because what comes next will completely change the way you think about making money. Here are the 4 businesses that have created the most millionaires in history, and they all started with zero money in their pockets. Business 1. The McDonald's trick. Ray Kroc didn't invent hamburgers. He didn't own restaurants. He didn't have money, but he had something more valuable: vision. He saw that the McDonald brothers had a brilliant system but didn't know how to expand it. What did he do? He became the middleman. He wasn't selling hamburgers. He was selling the system to make hamburgers. And that's the key. You don't need to create the product. You need to create the distribution. You can apply this exact same model today. Do you know a great service provider who doesn't know how to get more clients? Become their business partner. You bring the clients, they do the work, you split the profits. Business 2. The invisible power of the digital brand. Jeff Bezos started Amazon selling books from his garage, but he didn't keep books in stock. How? He ordered the book only after the customer bought it. Money up front, product later. Today, this is easier than ever. You can build a profile on social media, position yourself as an expert in something you're good at, and start selling your knowledge, even before you've created all the content. Business 3. The $1,000 consulting model. Here's something that might surprise you. You already know something that others would pay to learn. It doesn't matter if it's cooking, makeup, Excel, dog training, or closet organizing. The key is not to sell your time, but to sell results. Don't say, "I'll teach you to cook for $20 an hour." Say, "I'll teach you the complete system to cook delicious meals in 20 minutes for $500. Business 4, the power of intermediation. This is the most powerful of all. Uber doesn't own cars. Airbnb doesn't own hotels. TikTok doesn't create content. What do? They connect people who need something with people who can provide it. Do you know people who need something and people who can deliver it? Right there, you have a millionaire business waiting for you. I'm going to ask you 5 very simple questions that will reveal the millionaire business you already have inside you and you didn't even know it. Get ready, because these 5 questions are going to change your life, and I want you to answer them mentally as I go through them. First question: what problem do you naturally solve for your family or friends without them even asking? Think about it. Do they always ask how you organize your closet, how you keep plants alive, how you get kids to behave, how you find the best deals? There's your first business. Second question: what do you do so well that other people say, "I wish I could do that like you"? It might be something that feels super normal to you but impossible for others. like cooking without recipes, fixing computers, finding the perfect clothes, doing makeup fast, negotiating prices, or speaking in public. Third question, what information did you once desperately search for, but now you've mastered? This is pure gold, because you know exactly what it feels like not to know, what questions to ask, what mistakes to avoid. That makes you the perfect teacher for someone who's standing where you once stood. Fourth question, what do people constantly ask you on WhatsApp or in person? If 3 or more people have asked you the same thing in the past month, there's already a market waiting for you. People pay for clear and specific answers. Fifth question, what would you do for free just because you love it, but you know others hate doing it? This is the most powerful one, because when you love something that others dread, you have a competitive advantage no one can take from you. Now here's the truth that changes everything. You already have a business. You just didn't realize it. You don't need to invent something new. You don't need to be the next Steve Jobs. You just need to look at what you already have with new eyes. But there's something else I want you to understand. The 2-minute test I'm about to give you will reveal exactly how much money-making potential you already have inside you. Ready? Take your phone and set a 2-minute timer. Write down in your notes all the things you can do better than the average person. Everything. Don't worry if it seems silly. When the 2 minutes are up, count how many things you wrote. If you wrote fewer than 5, you're underestimating your value. If you wrote between 5 and 10, you have millionaire potential. If you wrote more than 10, all you need is strategy to turn that knowledge into money. Hit the like button if you did the exercise. I want to know how many of you are truly committed to changing your financial life. Now, there's something you need to understand before we move forward. And this is going to be controversial, but it's the harsh truth about money and education. This is going to hurt, but you need to hear it. I have a friend who studied engineering for 5 years, got a master's degree, and now works for an international company. He makes 50,000 pesos a month and feels successful. But his gardener, who never finished elementary school, makes 80,000 pesos a month with his landscaping business. How is that possible? Because there's a massive difference between formal education and financial education. University teaches you to be an employee. It programs you to seek security, to follow instructions, to believe that success comes from a diploma on the wall. But millionaires think completely differently. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Richard Branson, what do they all have in common? None of them finished college. And that's not a coincidence. While you're studying theory for 4 years, they're out there selling, learning, failing, getting back up. While you're memorizing for an exam, they're solving real problems for real people. Here's the painful truth. University teaches you what to think, but not how to think. They teach you medicine, but not how to start your own clinic. They teach you accounting, but not how to make numbers work for you instead of just counting them. Do you know why the uneducated often dominate the educated? Because they understood something university will never tell you. Money doesn't come from technical knowledge, it comes from solving problems. And here's the craziest part of all. What university doesn't teach you about money is exactly the most important part. They don't teach you that money is emotional, not logical. They don't teach you that selling is more important than knowing. They don't teach you that connections are worth more than grades. They don't teach you that solving a small problem for many people is worth more than solving a complex problem for a few. They don't teach you that speed of execution is more valuable than the perfection of the plan. Now you understand why there are doctors, lawyers, and engineers who are broke, because they know a lot about their field, but nothing about money. Meanwhile, there are people selling tacos, cleaning houses, cutting hair, and they have more money than many professionals. Why? Because they understood something fundamental about money. Is this helping you? Hit the like button so more people can see this, because this information can literally change lives. Money doesn't discriminate by degrees. Money flows to those who solve problems in the most efficient way. And now I'm going to reveal the most powerful secret about how to make money work for you, instead of you working for money. Because working harder actually makes you poorer. And I'm going to prove why. Here's the difference between the rich and the poor in one single sentence. The poor work for money. The rich make money work for them. What does this really mean? Let me explain it with the cycle that has created more millionaires in history: salary, investment, assets, freedom. Step 1. Salary. You need money coming in to start the cycle. But here's the mistake 95% of people make. They think salary is the goal. It's not. Salary is just the fuel. Step 2. Investment. This is where most people get stuck. They think investing means putting money in the bank or buying stocks. But the most profitable investment is yourself. Invest in learning money-making skills. Invest in building systems that work without you. Invest in creating a personal brand that opens doors for you. Step 3. Assets. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket without you being there. A rental property. A business that runs on its own. Investments that grow. Knowledge you sell once but get paid for over and over. Step 4. Freedom. When your assets generate more than you need to live, you are officially free. You no longer work out of necessity. You work out of passion. But here's what nobody tells you. There's a very specific point at which you should quit your job, and getting it wrong can ruin you. The rule is simple. Only quit when your passive income is double your monthly expenses. Why double? Because you need a cushion. For bad months, for emergencies, for investment opportunities. Now here comes something that will blow your mind. Working more makes you poorer. Yes, you heard that right. Why? Because when you work more hours, you have no time to think strategically. No time to build assets. No time to learn new skills. You get trapped in what I call the hard work trap, working so hard to survive today that you have no energy left to build your future. The rich understand something fundamental. It's better to work 4 hours on something that pays you for years than 40 hours on something that pays you only this week. What's the difference? The poor sell their time. The rich sell results. A concrete example. An employee gets paid per hour worked. A consultant gets paid per problem solved. An entrepreneur gets paid per system created. Do you see the scalability? The employee is limited by the hours in a day. The consultant can charge more for expertise. The entrepreneur can earn money while sleeping. And here's the key. The transition doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. First, keep your job, but start building something of your own in your free time. Second, when that side business generates 50% of your current income, reduce your work hours. Third, when it generates 100%, make the full transition. But for this to work, you must master the most important skill of all, the one literally worth $1 million pesos, and I'm going to reveal it right now. This is the skill that separates millionaires from everyone else. And it's not what you think. It's not intelligence. There are poor geniuses. It's not education. There are broke doctors. It's not luck. There are lucky people who lose everything. The skill worth $1 million pesos is sales. But not just selling products. Selling ideas, selling solutions, selling visions, selling yourself. Warren Buffett says mastering sales and public speaking can increase your personal value by 50% instantly. Do you realize the power of that? Here's the brutal truth. If you don't know how to sell, you'll always depend on someone who does. If you don't know how to communicate your value, you'll always be undervalued. But selling is not what most people think. It's not being pushy. It's not manipulation. It's not convincing people to buy things they don't need. Selling is simply communicating how your product or service improves someone else's life. Do you know the difference between someone who makes $20,000 a month and someone who makes $200,000 doing basically the same thing? The ability to communicate their value. Two dentists with the same training. One charges $100 per visit. The other charges $2,000. What's the difference? The $2,000 dentist knows how to explain why they're worth it. And here's the most powerful part. When you master sales, rejection becomes your fuel. Every no gets you closer to a yes. Every criticism teaches you something about your market. Every failure gives you valuable information. Here's the method to transform rejection into fuel and never fear no again. It's simple but powerful. Every rejection is information. If someone says no, ask yourself, what do I need to improve in my pitch? What real objection do they have? How can I present my value better? Amateur salespeople run from rejection. Millionaire salespeople embrace it because they know every no makes them better. And here's the final secret about sales. It's not about convincing. It's about connecting. When you truly understand someone's problem and you genuinely have the solution, selling becomes easy. It becomes natural. It becomes an act of service. Now, everything I've taught you so far is useless if you don't implement it. And that's why what comes next is the most important part of this entire video. We've reached the moment of truth. Everything you've learned up to now is worthless if you don't take action today. So here it is, the complete plan to start your financial transformation in the next 30 minutes. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not when you have more time. Now. Step 1. 10 minutes. Identify your hidden opportunity. Grab a pen and paper. Write down 3 problems you naturally solve for others. Write 3 skills you have that others value. Write 3 questions people constantly ask you. That's 9 business opportunities right there. You only need to pick one and start. Step 2. 10 minutes. Define your first client. Who exactly needs what you know how to do? Where is that person? How can you reach them? Don't think about thousands of clients. Focus on just one. Solve that one person's problem perfectly, and they'll refer you to 10 more. Step 3. 10 minutes. Create your value proposition. You don't need a fancy website or business cards. You need one clear sentence that explains how you improve someone's life. I help type of person achieve specific result in specific time without main obstacle. For example, I help busy moms prepare delicious meals in 20 minutes without stress or complicated ingredients. See how clear that is? How specific? How valuable? But here's what nobody tells you. The 3 first steps most people take are exactly the wrong ones. Mistake 1. They look for the perfect idea instead of starting with a simple one. Mistake 2. They want everything perfect before showing it to anyone. Mistake 3. They focus on competition instead of focusing on value. The ones who get rich do the exact opposite. They start with a simple idea and improve it along the way. They show their imperfect work to get real feedback. They focus on serving better than anyone else, not on competing with everyone. And here comes the harshest truth of all. Delaying this will cost you dearly. Every day you don't start is money slipping through your fingers. While you hesitate, someone else is solving the same problem you could solve. While you plan, someone else is making the money you could be making. Lost time is never recovered, but invested time multiplies. Do you know how many people will watch this video and do nothing? 95%. They'll say, "Wow, that's interesting," and then go back to their normal life. But you're not like them. If you made it this far, if you've stayed with me these 25 minutes, it's because you really want to change. So do me a favor. Before you close this video, before you watch anything else, grab your phone and write down your first value proposition right now. And if you really want to accelerate this process, if you want to learn exactly how millionaires build real wealth, I've got something special for you. On my channel, you'll find more videos that will teach you step-by-step how to implement each of these strategies. Videos on how to build your first personal brand, how to find your first clients, how to automate your income, and more importantly, videos on millionaire mindset, how to think like the rich, how to develop the discipline you'll need to maintain success once it arrives. If this video changed your perspective on money, just imagine what an entire library of proven strategies could do for you. Hit the like button if this video truly helped you. Share it on WhatsApp with someone who needs to hear this. And subscribe. Because in the upcoming videos, I'm going to teach you exactly how to implement each of these strategies step by step. Remember, The difference between someone broke and a millionaire isn't the resources they have. It's the mindset with which they see opportunities. You already have everything you need to start. The only thing missing is your decision. I'll see you in the next video, where I'm going to show you exactly how to create your first millionaire personal brand in just 7 days. Don't miss it, because it's going to be epic. See you next time.